think we're starting, kids. I think it's coming, kids. I feel so ridiculous sometimes about the way that I'm trying to make this work, and I can't figure it out. I forget that it has a delay, and there I am trying to figure it out. I crack myself up. So anyway, good morning, friends. Here we are on our second YouTube B Cup, and I'm super excited that you guys are joining me here. And little by little, we'll figure this out and get it. So what I've been doing is going on to Facebook and trying to bring everybody over here. But I see a lot of people are here. So hi, guys. Our girls and everyone. Don't get offended because I misgendered you. That's not ever my intention to misgender you. So kids, let me just put this over here. Again, I'm setting all this up so I can figure it all out. Yay! Everyone's doing such a great job. Hi, Smash. Hi, Jason. Sarah. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Donna. Right on. Hi, Brendan. Good to see everybody. Philip, Nate. Okay. You guys, Dan, you guys made it over. You guys are so great. I'm going to just wait for you. I'm going to drink a little bit of my coffee. I don't know if you could see what we're talking about today. Does it come up there? Does it come up on the YouTube, what we're going to talk about today? Really what I want to talk about is this idea that there are gatekeepers in our community. And there are gatekeepers in our community, by the way. So there's Stace. Yay! There's our moderator, Stacy. Yay, Stacy, of course, made it over. And then I think it seems not so difficult. So I think maybe hopefully we can get the other people to take the time to move over too. It's going to be difficult to get people to move over because people get set in their ways and then they don't want to. So Jason made it. Everybody's making it. Let's do this, you guys. So gatekeepers, coffee and gatekeepers. I want to talk about gatekeepers because they are real. They are real and they are scary. And they are taking so much control away from us in our community. Hi, Evangeline. Good morning, my friend. She said, they say, I'm sorry. Hi, Trampa. Thank you for being inspiration. I actually came out last year at 22 because of people like you. See that? It's not me, my friend. I'm your cheerleader. That's all I'm doing. But thank you for saying that. We really appreciate that. It's us, the B Cup. We are creating this in order for people like yourself to feel comfortable to come out, not to be felt like they can't be part of this community, right? It's real. You have to be comfortable. People have to embrace you. Look, I can tell you, for example, I speak in so many places. When I get negative feedback from the community where I'm at, I don't feel welcomed. I don't feel welcome. That doesn't happen often. But when it does happen, I don't feel welcome. It's the same with our gigantic online community. If you're not feeling welcome, you're not going to be able to transition, or you're not going to feel nice to transition because you're not sure. The whole point is we are a community. Hi, Giovanni. You got it, my friend. Rocky got it. If it does not load, Rocky says, for you, try closing the page and rejoining the stream. Okay, right on. Yay! Nespresso coffee with almond milk and foam. So listen, I'm going back. You know, I always get crazy. So what I believe is this, and it's just my opinion. Everything you hear on here is my opinion and my opinion only. Unless I read your comments and put them up here, everything I say is my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that. It's what I believe, it's what I see, and what I'm not happy with. We have people in our community who are gatekeepers. I don't really specifically know who these people are, but they are somewhere in the entity of this whole transgender umbrella community, including myself, okay? And they are telling us how to speak. They are telling us what we can wear, really seriously. What kind of surgeries, not to have surgery, to have surgery. You're not transgender if you have this. Detransitioning is this. Blah, 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 blah. What? And what they're doing is scaring people away. They're scaring people away because they are controlling the narrative. They are controlling the way okay, a gatekeeper, Giovanni. A gatekeeper is this. Somebody in a community, buddy, people, things, who are stopping the growth of a community because they want to be in charge of how people in this community interact, do things, what the laws of the community are, what kind of language is spoken in our community, you know, how you represent yourself. Yes, it is a dangerous behavior. Bree says, I agree, need safe environment because people feel vulnerable and need, yes, that we are supposed to be a community. We are not supposed to be a cult. We are not supposed to be a church. We are not supposed to be an organized, okay? We are not supposed to be an organized community. That is not what this is about. This is not. We are supposed to be a community. And a community is built of people from different backgrounds, different things, different ideas, different opinions, different way to do things. And that creates a community. We all come with our own stuff. And we create a community because the community's ultimate goal is the same. But we all have different ideas and opinions which create the community. But what's happening right now is we have some people who are saying, you can't have different opinions and ideas. You have to think exactly like us. That's making it like this. It's not making it like this. Because what's happening is we're being told what to say, what to do, how to be, who's this, who's that. And that's why, I'm going to say it because I say it all the time, they fear me. They fear us because we are now exposing them. We are exposing that they are telling us and doing things that are creating rift in our community, creating a break in our community, creating hate in our community, creating and pitting each other against each other, creating people who are not comfortable in their bodies now that they've transitioned because they don't feel welcomed and they don't feel accepted and they don't feel, and not everybody is a pit bull in this community. Not everyone is able to just walk the world without having that. Not everybody is blessed to be in a space where they have enough power in their own place to go. And that's okay. Most everybody is that way. And that's where community comes into play. Giovanni says there are a lot here. I was told I wasn't trans because of my brain mass is keeping me. What? Giovanni, where are you from? From getting on T and surgery. My friend, if you say you're trans, you're trans. Done. Done. If you say you're an elephant, you're an elephant. That's how I feel about it. You can identify however the fuck you want. That's the point. That's the point of this show, of this community, the B Cup. We are encouraging you to be yourself. We are encouraging you to find and stand on your own legs. We are encouraging you to find the place in yourself that gives you the strength without worrying what other people think of you. Because the last thing you should get is a community that comes down on you because you're not transgender enough. I've never heard of anything like it. O'Neill says, hey, does that mean I have to give my toaster back? Yes, my friend, you do. Bree says, kind of like people that ordain themselves as pastors of the community. Yes, but they impose their views. Yes. And Rocky says, our diversity is our strength. Unstoppable says, I was told I need to get on T and have surgery to be trans. Am I No, you don't. No, you don't. Listen to me. You don't have to do. Good morning, Katie. It's so great to see you. No, you don't. You never have to do anything you don't want to do in this community. You don't even need to speak like that. You don't even need to say what my pronoun is. You don't. All you need to do is respect others. You have to respect others' idea of themselves. That's what you have to do. You have to know your own self. You have to transition if you're going to medically transition because you want to medically transition, not because they're telling you you have to. That is scary, scary, scary propaganda bullshit behavior. I don't understand where it's coming from. Remember, I'm 55 years old. I transitioned a hell of a long time ago with none of this bullshit that's happening right now. Do I seem lost? Do I seem like I might not be in a space that I'm happy? Does it look like I need to be told what to do? No, no, and no. And why is that? And why is that? That is because I transitioned for me and for nobody else. In the adversity of that community, the gay women's community, hated me. Everyone hated me. Everyone pushed against me. But what did I do? I knew in my own gut and my own feeling that I needed to do it no matter what. I didn't even have YouTube. I didn't even have all this. So my point for that is this. Don't listen to anybody. Do you know the early trans man community hated me? They kept telling me, you're a disgrace. You're going to ruin the trans community. Men need penises. That's what they kept telling me back in the day. And I told them all to fuck off, and I walked away. I walked away from those groups. I walked away from those people, and I transitioned on my own, by myself, with one gay man friend. And that's it, my friend. That's it. So I want to encourage you. If I did it on my own 20 years ago when there wasn't even any internet or phone, you can do it. You do not need to be around these people in our community who make you feel bad about yourself, who make you feel lesser than, who make you feel, because that, my friend, is called a gatekeeper. And that, my friend, is called people who don't love you, people who don't care about you, people who don't want to see you be successful, people who are jealous of you, all of the above, my friend. Stacy says, some people love to control others. Don't let this happen. Live for yourself. Jason says, I'm on T but haven't had surgery and my community is totally supportive. Yes, that's what I like to hear. But you're in Canada, my friend. Cheers to you. I have to say, from my experience, Canada has been an incredible place of loving acceptance. They have a huge amount of great opportunities there. You know, they have socialized medicine, so you're able to get, and I think that that also plays into a lot of why Canadian trans people seem to be more, you have an opportunity to get the things that we don't have here in the United States, which kind of sucks. Nate, NA says, we shouldn't make changes for others but ourselves. I've been told that my gender identity is non-binary person's mental illness. People are going to push against you. Do you know people thought I was mentally ill? I was in a mental hospital because I said I was a boy and not a girl. So this is the message. Can we please make this message to our community? Stop telling people what to do, how to be, how you are trans, what you're not. What does it even mean to be trans? What does it mean to be trans? It's completely different than when I transitioned. Completely different. Like I tell you again, I'm a transsexual man. I am not a transgender man. I am a man. I am not trans. I have a whole different identity than what's happening. The younger generation. I'm not part of the younger generation, clearly. Not part of it in my mind and not part of it in my soul. I come from a whole different, but I believe that my presence is important because there are transsexual people out there. They're not just transgender. And that's one of the other things that these gatekeepers are doing. They're trying to say that my identity isn't real. My identity is transsexual. How dare you erase my identity, and how dare you tell me that I'm no longer, I'm obsolete. Basically, I'm a car that's become obsolete, and you no longer can be around. What? Who says that to the elders of the community? Who says that to people who've done... I don't want to say that I'm that person at all. I'm not. But what I want to say is this. We have many other elders that are before me. And to say stuff like that about people who have transitioned and gone about their way and have done things is so incredibly disrespectful. I can't even begin to tell you how disgusted and how saddened I am when I hear stuff like that. It's very sad to me. Evelyn says, what did I miss? I was squeeing because Trampa read my comment out loud. I did read your comment out loud. No, Jason, no new tattoos. I don't want any tattoos right now. The thought of getting a tattoo is horrible. But, so really, you guys, gatekeepers, that's like saying you don't even exist. It is crazy. How do we stop this from happening? How do we start to move forward? How do we start to say, I love you? How do we start to say, you are my brother, my sister, my sibling? How do we become together? How can I help you? Why is that not coming out of our mouths to each other? How can I help you, my friend? I'm already here. I have the knowledge of transitioning. I understand. How can I support you? What is going on in your head? How do you feel? That's the way we should be talking to our family, because I consider you a family. And I hope to God you don't fucking treat your family the way that people are treating each other in this community, because it's fucking disgusting and horrifying and unbelievable to me that anybody in their right mind would think they could tell another person what to do. Okay? That's what I think. So tell me what you guys think and I'll read. No, Julie. Hi, Jillian. Thanks so much for coming. I'm so excited to get us over here, and it seems like it's moving along really nicely. And I hope that you have your coffee. Mm. I think it is a better environment. So, listen. Sorry, I had to read my text. I got so much going on today. I got a lot of stuff happening. I got some new cannabis products coming out. I'm going to meet at a dispensary today. We're having a big party in LA. Tomorrow night, I'm at the Stockroom doing a fashion show. So if you guys are in LA, I'm going to be in a fashion show tomorrow night. It's quite funny. So there were a couple other things that I wanted to discuss, but right now I can't remember because I was so preoccupied with getting this moved over here that I couldn't remember. But I think most importantly for me was the gatekeepers, because the detransitioning thing that we were speaking about yesterday is a very important topic for me, because I've been watching it for about 5 years now. It's not something new. It's just something that hasn't been talked about. It's just something that has not been talked about. People have been putting it under the rug. And I've been saying, wait a minute here, friends. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. Some people are actually having surgeries, turning around and saying, oh my God, why did I do this? I should have never done this. That is what I'm talking about. I think it is irresponsible for our community not to have this at the top of the list to talk about. I think it is irresponsible of our community to not bring awareness to the fact that some people are detransitioning because they transition when they shouldn't. Okay, let's just talk real here, you guys. Why are we not talking real about it? What is it that everyone is so fucking scared of? If you don't put stuff out there, it will continue to happen. Hello? You want me to give you a really good example? Trump. There you go. Do I need to say more? If you don't stay aware of shit, it repeats itself. What do you think is happening in the United States? Nazi Germany. Yeah, I said it. Nazi Germany. And if you don't believe that, my God, you got to go back to history class, my friends, because it's disgusting what's happening in this country. It's disgusting what's happening in this country, and it's the same shit that's happening in this community. It's the same shit that's happening. We're just following. We're not speaking. We're not caring. We're not understanding. There are people who are controlling this community. I know I sound like a crazy person. I'm not a crazy person. I'm very, very aware of what I'm saying. Very focused person. Very, very focused on watching everything. And I don't understand why we are not talking about detransitioning on a level. This is what I know. The article in the Seattle Stranger came out about detransitioning. A shit ton of trans women, mostly trans women, flipped the fuck out over it for no reason. For no reason. Why are you getting upset about it? It's coming from the voices of the detransitioning people. It's not coming from your voice. I want to know why our community is so upset, not all the community, when something about detransitioning gets put out in the public. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, it's because the cisgender, transphobic haters are going to grab onto it and use it against us. Do you really care about those fucking people? That means you don't care about your brothers and sisters and siblings. That's what that means to me. That means to me that you are more worried about yourself than you are worried about the way people in our community are transitioning on a healthy way. So if you, my friend, were more worried about our family and taking care of us, you wouldn't be worried about whether or not somebody's going to have ammo against us. Because the reality is this. If we stop detransitioning from happening, they won't have any ammunition for us, and we will have a happy, healthy community. But instead, you think about yourself and your own ego and whether or not this is going to affect you somehow. So you're so scared that you block any kind of knowledge of how to create a healthy community because you, my friend, are too worried that somebody might find something out and use it against you. What? That's exactly why people freaked out on the detransitioning. Not in any way because they felt that it was something that needed to be spoken about. What do you think about that, my friends? So I think, Jason says, I think therapy is needed before major surgery. Yes, it's identical to pre-war Germany. Bree says, what are the detransitioners saying? Go read the article, my friend. It's very, 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 very important article. And really, go read the whole thing. And how the journalist had to go make a sort of like a rebuttal to the whole thing and talk about it because she got slammed by a bunch of trans people who are so pissed at her for putting that out. But I'm still not sure why. I'm still not sure why they're so pissed about it. It has nothing to do with them. Why are you so mad about it? Why are you mad about something that has nothing to do with you? I'm not mad about it. I'm not detransitioning. I don't have any ever thought to detransition. So why are people pissed off about an article that is an important article that will help people to understand you don't have to medically transition if you don't want to. Maybe you want to do it 5 years down the road. You don't have to do it right now in order to be accepted in our community, because that's what people are hearing, and that's why people are getting themselves into problems, and that's why people are transitioning, because we're not talking about it, right? It's like the dirty little fucking secret that no one, and I'm going to tell you, I've been the dirty little secret for a long time. I'm the dirty little sexual secret that people pretend like, oh, and then call me up and say things to me like, oh, I have such a crush on you, but I'm scared to let anybody know because, what? Are you kidding? That's really rude. Jason said, I don't give a duck what anyone thinks. I just want people to be happy in themselves. I remember how I felt before I started transitioning. I never, exactly. Malice Stromby says, because people love to be outraged about. You are right, my friend. Because they're bored with their own lives. They don't want to take responsibility for their own shit. They want to just put it on everybody else. And that's exactly what's happening with our community. Nobody's taking responsibility for their own self. They're always worried about everybody else. What are you doing? How are you speaking? How are you dressing? You're not trans. You don't have surgery. You don't have... It's insane. See how it just made me insane? Because that's the insanity that it makes. That's the insanity that is coming out of our community. Stop it. Stop it out there, you people. If you're watching this right now, stop it. Take note. Take note. Take note of how we do this here in the B Cup. We have conversation. If you don't like what I'm saying, you tell me, you know, Buck, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. And I read it. And I say, yeah, okay, let's talk about why you disagree with why I think people don't want detransitioning to be spoken about. And if you disagree, we have a conversation. And then maybe we both walk away going, oh, I get why you think that, and I get why I think that. Hello? That's called dialogue. Do you know what dialogue does? Dialogue creates change, and dialogue creates positive change. When you block conversation, or you block me from having a conversation with you, what does that create? That creates a rift in our community, which means I have to be outspoken at such a level because people aren't listening to each other. I have to sit here on my YouTube channel and scream at the world and scream at our community, get it together. Get it together, because I feel like nobody is doing that. In a sense, I feel panicked. In a sense, I feel panicked for us and the future of who we are because of the gatekeepers. They are ruining it for us. They are ruining the fun. I will say it again. I can walk away right now. I can walk away. I'm taken care of. I don't have... This is not because I want to become rich and famous. It's far from it. I'm far from rich and famous. But I can walk away, my friends. But I'm not walking away because I care. I'm too old. I'm too old, and I've come too far, and I've worked too fucking hard to make things so great for the kids. If you're an adult, you got stuff going on. I can't deal with that. But you know what? The kids. If we don't stand up right now, the kids will suffer. And they are suffering. Even one kid who's 19 years old who's had botched surgeries. And now what at 19? And we're not talking about that? Are you kidding? That is irresponsible behavior from us. It is irresponsible that we don't talk about botched surgeries. At 19? Are you kidding? Lisa says, I do too. Sorry, I'm going off. NA says, Stacey, I'm a lesbian with a crush on Trampa. Dan says, I would be proud to say I have a crush on you. Okay, okay, you guys, come on. Smash, I actually feel panicked for them. One day they will realize they are. Yes, Rocky, we have to shelter each other during this storm. Yes, it's our responsibility. It's our responsibility. You're right, my friend Rocky. We have to build a shelter and bring us here. All of us, come under our shelter. Under our shelter, you will get food and clothing and love and happiness and empathy and compassion, and we'll help you. We will help you. We will help you totally become the person you want to be, because if we help you, you help us, and we create a fucking community of amazing positivity. I don't understand why people don't see that, but to me, I think Why don't they want us to be happy? Why don't they want us all to get along? Why don't they want us to create a place where we totally grow with each other? Why are they scared of us? That's the way I think about it, my friends. And for me, that is the most important thing. Why are people worried about it? And with that, my friends, I must go. I have to go to a meeting this morning at a lesbian-owned dispensary that is very interested in carrying my products for Pride Cannabis. And also, we're going to be doing a party there. I'm still getting used to the camera thing, so I'm sorry if I look here a lot. So this is the second show. We had such a great, successful show, I believe, and I think that we're getting a lot of people to move over, and I think that we're going to create a great community here, my friends. I have a good feeling about this. I have a very good feeling about this. So what I want to say is this, in closing. This morning, states Unstoppable 501 says, we have so many gatekeepers here in Germany, it's ridiculous. They're just afraid of what will happen when we just left. Exactly. So it's all over the world. That's actually interesting to me, too. That's interesting to me, too. So, of course, I'm only speaking about the United States because I deal with the United States community. But it's fascinating to me that it's all over. That says a lot to me. Okay, kids, I love you guys a lot. And in closing, this is what I'm going to say. Gatekeepers, detransitioning. There's a reason this is happening. There's a reason this is happening. And for me, in my opinion, that the reason this is happening is because we're not loving each other. We are not having dialogue with each other. We are not being compassionate with each other. We are not creating a safe space for each other. It is the whole reason why we need to transition, because we are not happy over there. And we need to become our authentic selves. So when you want to become something, you look for a community of like-minded people. And when you find that community of like-minded people, you feel accepted. But what's happening right now is the community is actually not the community you think it is. So once you get inside and the door's shut, now you're locked inside a community. You're like, what the hell is this? It's exactly what I just came from. That, my friends, is not going to happen on my watch. We need to open that door right now. That door that has been shut in our community and keeping people trapped in there and keeping people thinking that, why am I doing this? What's happening? I'm not sure if I'm making the right choice, and not getting any love or compassion. That is not what we at the B Cup have chosen to do. We have chosen to open that door. We have chosen to create a space for people to learn to love each other. We've chosen to create a space of empathy, compassion, love, dialogue, and individuality. Individuality. I can't say the word, but you understand what I'm saying. We must be individuals first before we are a community. And I'm going to teach that, teach that, teach that, teach that, until you understand what I mean. It means come to this as your own person. Create a community with different thoughts, people, understanding, words, everything. And that creates a strong community. Not a community that hates each other. Because that's not a community, my friend. That's something else. That's something else. With that, I love you guys. Okay? I love you guys so much. You mean a lot to me. We cannot do this alone. The more people that come on here and the more people that spread the word, the bigger our community becomes, and the bigger the B Cup becomes a power in helping to make change in our hurtful community. Okay, kids? I love you guys a lot. Go in the day today. Give if you can. It's a big deal. Take if you need it. It's also a big deal. It's called abundance. And when you give and take, it creates a cycle like this. And that cycle creates growth. And with growth, creates happiness, my friend. It's very simple. Okay, go to the world. Show them what we got. It's up to you to create that space. Nobody else. I love you guys.